Right, when it comes to marriage, does forever really mean forever?
You're trying to wiggle out of it?
Well, I'm hoping to try and find a little caveat.
A loophole.
Actress Jada Pinkett Smith has revealed that she and her husband Will Smith have been separated, not legally divorced, for 7 years now, after she promised to never give him a reason to get divorced in the first place.
Well, according to a new survey, only 36% of people believe marriage is meant to be a lifelong commitment. So is forever really forever? Well, former Big Brother winner Shephard says nothing really lasts forever and just wants the engagement ring. Dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. At least you're honest. But TV presenter Hayley Palmer says people have lost faith in the fairy tale of marriage. We got to come to you, first of all. I mean, do you really feel that?
Do you know, like, I'm not bitter, I'm not twisted about marriage at all. I think it's a beautiful thing, I think it's a wonderful thing, but I just feel in today's society and the way that the world's changed and the way that people change and people grow, to actually say I am going to be with you for the rest of my life is something huge. You know, it's a huge thing to say. I got married and I genuinely felt that I was going to be with Preston for the rest of my life. Well, 18 months later, we were divorced and, well, neither of us were dead, but yet we vowed that, you know, do death do us part. So I just think it's a huge commitment. Don't get me wrong, I love a wedding. I think it's a beautiful commitment, but it doesn't always last forever.
Chantal, was it slightly different because the two of you met on a reality TV show, you fell in love in front of the cameras, in front of all of us, and there was that rush of emotion and energy and excitement that suddenly, when that wanes, there hasn't been the history of the hard work that's been done in the build-up to the wedding?
I totally agree with you, and it could be that, but I also know couples that have been together for many, many, many years, then do get married and then end up divorcing months later. You know, I just think it's such a huge burden on a relationship. It's like, oh, we're married now, this has to work, you know. I just think, you know, you can just make a commitment to somebody, buy an engagement ring.
So is the fairy tale just that, then, of simply a fairy
come
tale?
on. I mean, maybe I'm in my own little bubble here, but my parents, Kate, have been married 50 years. They celebrated their golden wedding anniversary last week.
Well, good for them.
So even now, my dad still brings her breakfast on a tray every morning. I know,
well, I can see why they've been married.
I know. And it just really works. I don't think one would work without the other. So for me, I've grown up with that. And that's what I aspire to be like. So I think that there's still time for the fairy tale for everybody. I think it's what you put out there. If you think all men are rubbish and marriage doesn't work, that's what's going to happen. But if you think, no, there are good guys out there, like I'm with someone at the moment, he's a great guy, he's a very kind guy, and that's the qualities that I look for.
Are you married?
I'm not married, but I've been with my partner 6 months, and he looks after me well.
And it feels like there's potential.
Absolutely,
Do you think in some way, though, I mean, you've got these amazing parents that have set this incredible standard, that is a standard that's sort of not necessarily attainable. The reality of that is very different.
But it is attainable. I think it is. I think people give up too easily these days, Ben. They're literally like, oh, you know what, I'm going to swipe on Tinder. No, you've got to stick through the bad times.
Yeah, but I just feel like watching that clip with Jada, I just feel that, you know, she is obviously not happy. Why doesn't she just go and live her life? Like, why is it, you know, I made a promise all them years ago that I would never divorce him, but you just
She didn't look unhappy, though, Chantal. She didn't look unhappy.
Oh, I don't think she looked very happy.
It's part of the reason that they point to the vows are that you tried to work everything through. You're not expecting to be happy all of the time. People aren't, but you're making a commitment to see the problems through together as they come up.
I know, but sometimes them problems aren't. You can't work through them problems, and you know, my advice is, don't get married, you know, it just, you know...
See, I think you should get married. I really think we've lost hope. I mean, look at the TV shows, look at all the dating shows we have. Everybody wants to see love, all the public...
We do want to see love, you're right.
Yeah.
Hayley, is your partner watching this morning?
He is.
OK, Mark, of course, if you didn't know...
Don't do it.
Hayley's partner
Don't do it. Don't do it.
the beast, there he is. Mark, she's ready, she thinks you're perfect. He's an amazing specimen.
He's sitting there eating his cornflakes watching this.
He is.
He's going to film The Chase today, I know he's watching. But the thing is, it is early days with us. But there's been little tests. I wasn't well the other week, and he really looked after me, and I was like, OK, tick. He can move on to the next round.
He's a keeper, is the beast. Thank you both for joining us this morning. Mark, you've got to get a ring on it. Simple as that. Let's